Just say it, man. Don't make me ask 20 questions.
What is the point?
Get to the point.
Just say it already!
Welcome to the Podcram. Listen to Hannah Spier on Psychobabble episode 69 explain how feminism removed the social guardrails that used to prevent us from veering into neuroticism.
I've diagnosed borderline personality disorder, and today I want to talk about how our brain uses anger to cope with the world around us. We are not able to calm ourselves down naturally.
That's the core of that's how they develop this sort of quote unquote fragile self that you hear talk about in cluster B/borderline. Fragile self is really just code for neuroticism. But it's that I don't know how to do that inward, so I'm going to have the environment stabilize me instead. We also used to penalize these excessive displays of emotion, right? We used to say, oh, don't be such a crybaby. Oh, he's such a hothead. Oh, drama queen. Those things used to be names we would avoid. And then, over the past centuries, what we see in the West is that we've completely dismantled that layer of containment. We want autonomy and self-expression, and we're suspicious of judgment itself. That's the worst thing you can be now. I'm not judgmental. I'm not judging. Oh, you're so judgmental. That's the worst thing you can do. And this is especially true in the domains of sexuality, relationships, female conduct. All of those things have become unfair judgment on female behavior. And in reality, those were the things that helped us shape this difficult temperament. For decades, we've been telling girls, be yourself, express yourself, never suppress your true self. This is my favorite. You can do anything you want to do. So for girls, agreeableness itself is called a weakness. It's, if girls defer to authority or accommodate others or behave cooperatively, they're shrinking themselves. And any form of behavioral restraint is automatically oppression or worse, emotional invalidation. And that is exactly what what Marshall Linehan said causes borderline pathology, invalidation. And my point is that these temperaments will interpret almost everything as invalidation. And now culture on top of that is telling them exactly how they are being invalidated if they try to train the traits they don't naturally have. And feminism played a huge role in making this happen, making female behavior unjudgeable. It's completely shielded these borderline adjacent traits, these precursors to borderline pathology, because what feminism called oppression, and by that I mean modesty, reputational vetting, social shame. Shame is a very good biological signal, just like guilt, right? It moves us in a direction that might help us achieve long-term goals. And so, they called all those things and behavioral judgment as well, oppressive. And I think we should rather look at it as guardrails for difficult temperaments. And so by shaming shame, we have removed one of the oldest brakes on self-centered behavior. And we recognize this already with boys. There's an analogy there. We know that fatherlessness and weakened authority, it correlates with conduct problems, with antisocial traits in boys. And so pathology will equally develop in girls as in boys when those boundaries aren't there. It's just expressed in a feminine way. It's emotional and relational aggression rather than physical aggression. And so I would say for the temperament in question, high neuroticism, low agreeableness, low conscientiousness, this is very far from female liberation. It's incubation. It's like you're leaving an egg salad out uncovered. And they're completely left to the mercy of their worst impulses.
Thanks for listening to this installment of The Podcram. I hope it contains something useful for you. If you enjoy these selections and are curious about the curator's own thoughts, you can check out my other podcast, Psychic Lube, where I share concise concepts meant to grease the intellectual gears and help get your creative juices flowing. Each episode is an ongoing collaborative project that welcomes listeners to expand or rebut its points by email or comment, the most interesting of which get incorporated through periodic re-recordings. As always, if you're intrigued by today's content, I encourage you to go listen to the full podcast in its original form directly from its creators so that their sponsors keep paying them to make stuff for us and nobody feels compelled to sue me for copyright infringement. Now, get off your phone and go do smart stuff. Have a productive day.